What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. We've got something a little extra special today. If you can't tell, I'm not in Utah anymore, and that's because for the next 4 months I'm gonna be living on the Revillagigedo Island, working as a tour guide in the city of Ketchikan, Alaska. So we're on a little recon mission today. We're hiking a trail up to the top of what's called Deer Mountain. It's one of the most popular trails in this area. And up at the top of Deer Mountain, there is a public Forest Service cabin, and I want to see if it's possible to get to it right now. From the bottom of the mountain, we can see there's obviously still quite a bit of snow up top. I don't know how deep it's gonna be. The weather here in Ketchikan is still not quite summer. Definitely a lot of rain, still a little bit of snow, so we're gonna see how far we can make it today. But this is one of the most beautiful forests I have ever seen. I lived here in Ketchikan last summer as well, so we've got a lot of stuff planned this summer. If you like hiking, camping, fishing, any of that, these next 4 months are gonna be jam-packed full of some great videos. So let's get after it. The Revillagigedo Island here in Alaska is covered up by the Tongass National Forest, which happens to be the world's largest temperate rainforest. It's rained here every day for the last 2 weeks or so. It's been raining pretty heavily today as well. So I figured this would be a great time to try out some new rain gear. I picked up this jacket and pants from Patagonia. This is their Granite Crest set here. So it's supposed to be their most breathable, waterproof layer, perfect for hiking. So we'll see how it holds up throughout the day here. It's been raining so much here that the trail is just flowing like a river pretty much the entire way so far. Still raining. I'm still pretty dry though. My jacket has started to wet out a little bit, but I don't think anything has made it through the jacket yet. I am getting pretty warm though. It's not very cold today. It's like mid-40s. So typical springtime weather here in Ketchikan. Well, made it to our first lookout point. Check out that view. I'll throw up a picture of what this looks like with no fog. Very cool. We're a little over than a mile in. It's about 3.5, 4 miles up to the top of the mountain, and then another half mile or so down to the cabin where we're gonna try and go. I still don't know if we're gonna make it to the top or the cabin, but we're gonna try. Dude, this is so cool. Check this out. Like, oh look, there's a little creek. No, that's the trail. All of these little creeks along my hike here will be completely gone hours after the rain finally stops. Ketchikan actually averages about 220 days of rain every single year. So lots and lots of rain. That comes out to right around 14 feet of rain most year. Well, we've encountered our first snow here. There's another lookout point right out there, but I'm sure there's not much to see in this fog, so we'll just keep going. That is just like straight down. That's so steep. If I slipped, I don't even know when I'd stop sliding. We just have to like hammer out a foothold before I step into it. Here she is. Yeah, it's kind of cozy. These cabins are completely just open to the public, so the door is just unlocked. Anyone can walk in here if they want, but I would be very surprised to see anyone up here for at least another couple months, because that is still not a super enjoyable hike. Looks like we have a little loft up there. Pretty cool. Now the reason I wanted to see if we could get into the cabin here is because I think it would be super cool here in like the next like week or so to come up here and camp before it gets crowded. I tried once last summer to camp in the cabin with some friends, but we got up here like right before dark and there were already people in the cabin, and there's no way to know like if people are in the cabin. You can't reserve it or anything like that. So we all just ended up like sleeping in the grass, and it was a very long and cold night out under the stars, but we'll be more prepared this time. And like I said, I would be very surprised if anybody is staying in this cabin anytime soon. So pretty cool. They even provide some reading materials, some cards. Pretty awesome. Probably hang out here for a little bit, dry off, put another jacket on, and then we'll start making our way out of here. Also, how did it take me 23 years to discover Uncrustables? Like, I knew they existed before, but this is such like an S tier hiking snack. I brought like 6 of them. That's actually all I brought, was 6 Uncrustables and a Gatorade. But honestly, that's all you need. And it is like storming outside. Sounds kind of crazy, but it's actually really warm in here. So I'm excited to come and try and camp. I would love to do it on a bad weather day like this, because I think that would make it more interesting. Well, as badly as I don't want to go back out into the rain, it is going to get dark here in a few hours, and I might still try and bust up to the top of the mountain here. We could go straight that way, but I would rather just follow the trail. So we're gonna say goodbye to our little cabin here until we get to come back and actually camp in it, which now that I've seen it, I'm actually pretty excited. It's kind of a mess in there. People don't pick up their garbage or take it with them, but it's still pretty cool. So it's not raining quite as hard out here, but we've got about a mile back up to the top of the mountain. We'll see if we can make it, and then we'll just try and get back onto the trailhead before dark. The sign says it's half a mile from here to the summit, so you should be able to knock that out pretty quick. Well, definitely kind of an anticlimactic finish to the hike here. I can see about 35 feet in all directions. Very foggy and very windy, but we're here and that's all that matters. I think this is my 4th time to the top of Deer Mountain here, so add another tally mark to the list, but still a super pretty hike even without the view. The first time I did it last year, there was definitely snow on the ground, but not nearly this much. So this is still pretty cool. I'm glad I did it, but probably won't stick around here for very long because there's not much to see. So I'm just gonna head down, get back, try and get back to the trailhead before it gets dark on me here. A little jacket update for you. So my jacket did soak through, which I'm honestly not super surprised because the Granite Crest is meant to be like super breathable, and it's very hard to make something that's breathable and weather resistant. So they definitely did sacrifice a little bit of weather resistance for breathability, which, I mean, if that's what you want, I think it's a great jacket still. It's definitely super comfortable, lightweight. It's a lot less like crinkly than some of their other jackets, like the Torrent Shell, for example. So I do like that. I would say I'd give it like a 9 out of 10 for breathability, and then like a 6 out of 10 for weather resistance. So I mean, what does that make? Like a 7.5 out of 10 total, so not bad at all. I will put a link to this jacket and pants in the description down below in case you want to check it out. It's a great packable, breathable layer for hiking. So we're about, I don't know, still probably 2.5, 3 miles from the bottom here. Still raining, still foggy, but I'm a lot warmer now, so that's good. Having a good time. All right, we are back at the car, so that'll be a wrap for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the first of many Alaskan adventures this summer. Of course, if you guys like hiking, camping, fishing, any of that, please check out the channel. I'm gonna be posting at least every other week all summer, hopefully weekly, especially once things really pick up later in the summer. But we've got lots of great videos planned for the rest of my time here in Ketchikan, and I'm super excited, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.